What's going on, family?
What's
Y'all,
up, everybody?
y'all are back to watch another episode of Seasoned AzF.
You
We have
know
been
it.
enjoying bringing you guys some good conversation, some good grown folk conversation. We are also excited about some of the feedback we've been getting from people and happy that you guys are enjoying it and some of the conversations that we had have impacted you and changed your life in some type of way or form or made a difference in a thought or an opinion or something that you had. So we appreciate you guys for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But y'all
Thank
keep it coming.
you.
All right, Harmony. So we got some juicy stuff to talk about today.
Ooh, what we talking
This
about?
this conversation today is going to be something that I know everybody's had some type of experience with, some type of way, shape, or form. So,
Mm,
cheating is the conversation for today. Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Well, let's find out if the people ready with us, because I know some people gonna have something to say about this one. Y'all gonna comment on this one.
Okay.
Comment on nothing else. Y'all cheating one. All right. So my first question is about cheating. Is
Cheating.
if you had a significant other that did something wrong to go to jail and you were married to them,
Mhm.
you consider to be cheating if they got sent away for a while and you was out there in these streets by yourself all lonely for a few years. What do you how you feel about that? Do you consider that to be cheating?
Well, my go-to is always back to that good old communication. So I feel like in that situation, you would have had to have a conversation, an understanding, an agreement with your significant other as to, what everybody is okay with. Of course, depending on the length of time that we're talking about serving here, there's a huge difference between 2 years and 20 years. And, that's a decision, a big decision that has to be made if people are going to, stay together. But if you decide to stay married, then the expectation is probably going to be to, keep the rules and the, of marriage, whatever those may be for you, because this day and age, there's so many different ways that married people do marry. So, I think whatever you guys have decided amongst yourselves doesn't have anything to do with anybody else, then that's what it is. What you think, Skills?
Um, I mean, cheating is cheating without communication. I think if somebody did something to go to jail for some years and you weren't confident that you were gonna be able to, not be with someone else, then just let that
Mm.
person go. So that's not something that they have to hold on to and that they get to, think about for years that they got somebody out there waiting on them, being faithful with them. And, then they get out and they find out otherwise, or they,
They
just,
might catch another case.
yeah, just leave them, let them go, or just, and I hate to make it sound like that, but if y'all still desire each other after they get out or whatever the case may be, then y'all try it again. But don't be out here, you know, just cheating over nobody and they get out and get sent right back because they didn't have to lay hands on somebody. Because I'm just saying.
Exactly.
So my next one is: would you stay with somebody after being cheated on?
Whew, boy. Um,
You wasn't ready for that one, huh?
okay, my goodness. So I think everything is on a case by case basis. I don't know if there's any like hard and fast rule that can be applied under the circumstances, because one of the biggest things that is going to come into play when this happens is emotions. And emotions can be all over the place. They could be up, they could be down, they could be big, they could be small. One day they're this, one day they're that. So that's going to be a huge factor. If it is a one-time thing, if it was an ongoing thing, how much lies and deceit was involved. I mean, it's just so many things. Me personally, you know, che- cheating is a deal breaker for me, right? So it's not something that I'm ever going to be okay with. It's not something that I'm ever going to condone. Um, you know, so I don't want to say like I can't say with 100% certainty, because I really feel like there could be some circumstances or something, whatever that may make that change or may make it different. But for the most part, cheating is going to be a serious infraction for me, because we're going to have discussed it in detail. You're going to know how I feel about it. So if that's something that you decide to do anyway, that says a lot about the situation. So I don't know if I answered the question exactly, but that's kind of how I feel about it. What you think, Skillz?
I this one it gets personal for me because I can confess and admit that that I have been cheated on. I haven't cheated, but I have been cheated on. Um, and
Same.
be- and believe it or not, I didn't leave because the actual act of cheating. I left the situation because of the lack of trust and the lack of belief in that person being able to change and be someone different or do something different. Just
Right.
because of the level of conniving and sneakiness and the lies and the deceit that happened before the actual cheating took place.
Right.
So
The lead
um,
up.
yeah, being that you went through all of those steps and all of those, you had so many opportunities to not do it. There was, there were so many, excuse me, there were so many obstacles in place to where you had plenty of choices and chances not to do that. It wasn't like you just slipped and fell on something and it just
I
happened and
know.
this was what it was. Um, you know, it was you had to literally draw it out. You had to map it out. You had to plan it out. You had to figure it out. You had to find the time to do it. So, with that being said, I agree with the first part of what you said. Is that there's different circumstances. There's different things that would make you, you know, leave or make you. It's more than just the actual act of cheating. Do I think people are
Hmm.
humans? Humans make mistakes. I absolutely do. Uh, but when it's something, conniving and something that it took you, all of that to make happen, yeah,
Right.
there's some other things going on with you that's bigger than that actual cheating.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. Like you said, the act of it is the least of our worries.
Right.
Okay. So
That's just,
I got a
that's
few
just
questions for you. Um, let's see. So, if one of your friends was cheating, would you tell their spouse or significant other?
woo. Yes, I would. That's tough for me, and mainly because I've been cheated on, and I would want to know. But the I would, because you're not going to make me, if you let me know that, then you don't respect me enough to keep your business away from me. So you can't, especially if I know them and we're friends and now I got to sit in your wife's face knowing with the information that I know, or I got to sit in your husband's face knowing
Mm,
what I know about you and live your lie with you. You're not going to force me to do that. You know what I mean? You're not going to force me to live your lie with you. So I would, yes. Unfortunately, some people might hate on me behind that one, but hey.
Hey, your truth is your truth.
So
Oh my
don't,
God.
ladies, don't cheat around me and tell me because listen, I'm
Okay.
don't do it because I'm not the one to keep your secret for you.
That's right. As long as that applies to your boys too, then that's equal
Yeah,
opportunity. I'm good with that.
fellas, ladies, hey, listen. Don't make me live your life for you. Don't do it.
Exactly.
What
So
about
for me, I've seen multiple occasions where friends have been in this situation where somebody decided to tell somebody and it didn't quite work out how they thought it was going to work out.
Mhm.
It ended up, instead of ending the relationship, it ended the friendship instead. So not for that reason, but simply because and of course it depends on what my relationship is with the spouse, but I'm just going to assume that the friend is my friend, right? And whether
Right?
I know the spouse or not, I'm sure I know them if they're my friend's spouse, but if the person that I'm closest to is my friend, I am going to, they're going to know how I feel about cheating and that I don't think that it's okay. And that I think that, all the things I think about it, you're making a mistake. Why are you doing it? It's not for all the reasons how I feel about it. They will be very clear about how I feel about it. And I don't think that I would tell their spouse. I don't feel like it's my place to tell their spouse. I really hope their spouse never asks me no direct questions though, because I'm not really good. I'm not lying for you. I'm not lying. I mean, that's just not what I do. I just will not answer, or I will direct them to talk to your wife, talk to your husband. I don't know what to tell you. Like you said, I'm not being a part of your deception because I'm not a deceptive person. And
Mhm.
so don't ask me. Don't have nobody asking me no questions. I'm not keeping up no lies for you. Don't say you at my house because you ain't at my house. Don't have nobody ask me because no, I ain't seen him. I ain't seen her. Don't don't do that. I'm not that friend that you want to do that with. Do that with somebody else because I believe too strongly in relationships. And if you've decided that you're going to be in a monogamous relationship, then that is what the expectation is. And I'm gonna hold you to the same expectation. Now, if you're doing something else, if you're poly, if you're swinging, if you're open, then
Oh,
do what you do. You know what I'm saying? But again, that all of that is communication and honesty, and all of that is important to me. So yeah, that's how I feel about it.
understood.
Yeah. So along the same lines, like despite how you feel about what you would do for somebody else, would you want your friend to tell you if your significant other was cheating?
I would. I would want them to do it respectfully, though. I would want them to tell me in private. I wouldn't want them to do it in a a setting to where there's multiple people around or nothing like that. I would want them to come to me respectfully and be like, "Yo, your girl cheating on you." You know what I mean? Like I saw her at the what's his name, and I saw it with my own eyes. Like I know
Right.
this. You know what I mean? So I would want that information. I would want that insight. And I get what you were saying earlier about, some people don't trust and believe. And I think partly is because of the approach and the way somebody is told. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important to definitely make sure that you think that through on how you're going to explain that to them and how you're going to break it down to them and probably even have some type of proof. Because, think about it. Most people, when they're, in love and they've been with this person for years and they trust them and they believe that they know what they know about them,
Mm-hmm.
that it would be possible. You know what I mean? Or even believe that they would even have the time or the ability to do that because it's not who they know. But I think if most people find the right way to tell, their friend and be like, look, I would have never wanted to come to you with this. I would have never wanted to be the one to tell you this, but I have to be honest and truthful with you because of my respect and my love for you. You know what I mean? Or
Right.
whatever it be on how they break it down to you and tell you. But I think that it should come from a place of, versus, I saw you, and making it like it's got, or making it like it's coming from a hurtful place. And by you telling them, you're trying to hurt them. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I think that's a large part of it. But yes, I would want to be told. I would want to know, and I would want whoever were to tell me to know that I wouldn't think of. I would gain respect for them versus lose respect for them behind them. Telling me that information. So yes, I would want to know. I would want them to tell me for sure.
Absolutely. I agree with, just about everything that you said. The how, when, where, all of that is super important. I've definitely 100, 1,000, 1,000,000% want somebody to tell me, please, especially from somebody who I know, love, and trust. I know that has my best interest at heart. Oh, you better believe I'm going to believe you. However, I would definitely want you to have some, receipts or have seen it with your own eyes. Don't tell me nothing that you thought that you thought that you thought or something somebody told you. Not anything like that. Not hearsay gossip or maybe I thought I heard, not that so much, but if absolutely tell me. I want to know. And I'm going to appreciate it. I'm going to believe anybody that's in my tribe and in my circle has my best interest at heart. And I already know that. So I'm not worried. I'm not thinking that you're trying to do anything other than that. So yes, please tell me. I want to know. Thank you. Period.
Y'all heard it first here. She want
You
to know.
heard it. You heard it. So, we're not even going to hold y'all because we know you guys are going to have a lot to say about this topic. We have a lot of experience, whether it's personal or being on the friend side. So if this conversation was a fire starter or you're wondering what your tribe would do, tag your folks, share, comment, like. I know y'all got something to say about this one. So subscribe to the channel on YouTube for more grown folk conversations and make sure that you always stay seasoned. Peace.